Good morning and welcome back to my channel. We are starting lecture number 70, bio section, and today's title is viruses. Viruses are at the borderline between living and dead. So we will study a lot about viruses in this video. So far we have completed all these topics: Monera, Protista, fungi and lichens. In 3 videos, we will be studying about acellular organisms, viruses, viridoids, and prions. They are not included in Whitaker's 5 kingdom classification because they are acellular. So today we will start with viruses. In this video, first we will talk about general features of viruses, then discovery of viruses, structure of viruses, and then finally few diseases that are caused by viruses. So paragraph 1, it talks about why viruses are not in Whitaker's classification. Viruses did not find a place in classification since they are not considered truly living. If we understand living as those organisms that have cell structure. So if you recall Monera, bacteria, they have proper cell structure. They show metabolic reactions. Then fungi also do, and Protista. Okay, so if we classify organisms into living and non-living based on cell structure, then viruses definitely are not living beings. They are non-cellular organisms because they have this ability to replicate, make multiple copies of themselves, but they do not have a proper cell structure. This is the reason they are called non-cellular organisms. And when they are not in host cell, they behave like inert crystalline structure. So see, they have a protein capsid outside cover, and inside they have nucleic acid that can be either RNA or DNA, never both. So because of that protein cover, it can form crystals. Okay, so they behave like inert crystalline structure outside living cell. Once they infect a cell, they take over the machinery of the host cell to replicate themselves. And they, in the process, they kill the host cell. Some viruses, which you will learn in higher class, they are called lysogenic viruses. They will not kill the host. They will integrate their nucleic acid in the host genome. Okay, and stay there as prophage. But for time being, it is not in your syllabus. You only have to learn that they take over the host cell machinery and kill the host cell. This phase cycle is called lytic cycle. Then next paragraph, this talks about the discovery of viruses. So you will have to learn 3 important names: Ivanovsky, then Beijerinck, and Stanley. 3 important scientists. So virus means venom or poisonous fluid. Why? Because they were till that time only bacteria were known, and there were bacterial filters. So viruses, they could pass through those filters. Okay. So for them, for these scientists, it appeared as if the fluid was infectious. But later with ultra microscopy, viruses were identified. So these scientists, they described viruses as poisonous fluid. So Ivanovsky, he was working on tobacco mosaic symptoms, okay, the mosaic disease of tobacco. And he recognized certain microbes as casual organisms of mosaic disease. These were found to be smaller than bacteria. This is important point, okay? So see, this is the image from the chapter Cell, the Unit of Life. So the sizes are given. A typical bacteria is 1 to 2 micrometer. PPLO are 0.1 micrometer. Viruses are even smaller than PPO. So viruses are much smaller. They can easily pass through bacterial filters. Then next scientist name is Beijerinck. He demonstrated that extracts of infected plants of tobacco could cause infection in healthy plants. So obviously, if you take the extract of an infected tobacco, it will be rich in viruses. And if you inject this extract in a healthy plant, the other plant will also get infected. Okay, so this shows the causality, that something, that infectious fluid was able to transmit that infection. So he named the pathogen virus and called it the fluid Contagium vivum fluidum, infectious living fluid. Okay, Contagium vivum fluidum. This was given by Bajering, because till that time the ultrastructure of viruses was not known, so they thought the fluid was infectious. And finally, Stanley in 1935 he showed viruses could be crystallized, and the crystals consist largely of proteins. They are inert outside the specific host cell. Viruses are obligate parasite. Obligate parasites means they will definitely behave like parasite, because all they do is use cell's machinery to make multiple copies of themselves. So they destroy the host cell. Now, based on these three scientists, there was this question in NEET 2015. Choose the wrong statement. So first statement says mosaic disease in tobacco and AIDS in human beings are caused by viruses. Yes, this is true. Viroids were discovered by Ivanovsky. This is incorrect. Viruses were discovered by Ivanovsky. Then Stanley showed that viruses could be crystallized. Correct. The term Contagium vivum fluidum was coined by Bajering. Correct. So the only statement which is wrong is statement number 2. So this is the answer. Next, in paragraph 3, we will study about the structure of viruses. So see, in addition to protein, viruses also contain genetic material that could be either RNA or DNA. This either is very important. Okay, so our cell, human cell, it has DNA as well as RNA. But viruses, they will have either RNA or DNA. They will never have both RNA and DNA. No virus contains both RNA and DNA. This is important point to note down. A virus is a nucleoprotein because it has the protein capsid and inside it has genetic material. This is the reason this term is used, nucleoprotein. And their genetic material is infectious. So tomorrow when we study about virions are only the genetic material. They don't have protein. And prions, they have only protein, no genetic material. So viruses have both genetic material as well as protein. Okay. So that's why they are called nucleoprotein. A protein coat is called capsid. So this is the name of the cover. Okay, capsid. And it is made up of small subunits called capsomeres. So meres is the suffix which is used. So units, subunits of capsids will be called capsomeres. It protects the nucleic acid because it forms a cover outside the nucleic acid. These capsomeres are arranged in helical or polyhedral geometric forms. So this is the summary of different types of viruses. So plants have single stranded RNA. Plants, single stranded RNA. And viruses that infect animals have either single or double stranded RNA or double stranded DNA. So three different varieties you will see based on the genetic material in animal viruses. And then finally, the viruses which infect bacteria, they are called bacteriophages, and they usually have double stranded DNA. Double stranded DNA. Okay, make a note of this table. So this is the helical form, tobacco mosaic virus. Okay, and this is the typical structure of bacteriophage. So it lands on bacteria, okay, via tail fibers, and then the genetic material is stored here in the head. It will be injected. Only the genetic material will be injected. So if you recall Hershey and Chase experiment, bacteriophages were used. The head, which contains only protein, it was labeled with S35, and the genetic material was labeled with radioactive phosphorus. Then diseases caused by viruses. Virus cause common cold or flu. They also cause mumps, smallpox, herpes, and influenza. AIDS is also caused by virus. In plants, the symptoms can be mosaic formation, leaf rolling, curling, yellowing, vein clearing, dwarfing, and stunted growth. So you might get a list to identify which are bacterial diseases and which are viral diseases. So these are all viral diseases. So this was all about viruses.